none of the political parties in Nigeria, except those little one, that can say that his hand is clean in interference with judicial process. And when I say political party, I mean their leaders. Because I had said it before, and I will say it again, that when leaders of these political parties, Shehu, please, I want you to do an opinion poll. Ask those politicians, what are your experiences when you have litigations, election petition litigations in court? And Shehu, why do we judicialize everything in politics when indeed we have now also other aspects of our justice sector suffering miserably? So for me, whatever had happened yesterday may not be, as APC appears to put it through this statement, to be the verification of the judiciary. Because if the judiciary as an institution, as an independence, had lived up to the responsibility entrusted on it by the Constitution, there wouldn't have been any need for them to be verified. In the introductory part of this judgment, this program, you have read what was going on in Nigeria, the hashtag, all eyes are on judiciary. All eyes are on judiciary. And that eyes were on the judiciary, but you will see that despite all eyes being on the judiciary, the latest decisions from presidential election affirmed by the by the Supreme Court had put a further roadblocks to justice. Yes, and I say so, and I wrote that Supreme Court must revisit its decision that you must front load a witness statement on oath. Before now, there are two schools of thought at the Court of Appeal, and as recent as 2023, that yes, if you cannot file a written statement on oath, you can subpoena a witness to give oral testimony, because let me say this, and I said it with all sense of responsibility and respect to their lordships. Paragraph 41 of the first schedule to the Electoral Act subordinate the proceedings in court to the provisions of the Evidence Act. Evidence Act, is a substantive a law or act that regulates evidence in court. The Electoral Act is not Evidence Act. Electoral Act cannot regulate evidence in the court. That is why in that paragraph 41 of the first schedule to the Electoral Act, it says subject to the provisions of any other written law. Evidence Act is a written law. Evidence in this before the tribunal shall be by written statement or note filed along with the petition. When the word subject to its use is a limitation. And under the Evidence Act, you are entitled to apply for subpoena. And there are two sets of subpoena. Subpoena duce tecum and subpoena duce attesticando. Duce tecum simply means produce the document and keep it. Attesticando say produce and testify. So, if therefore the Evidence Act allows me to subpoena a witness, and I subpoena the witness, and I say, okay, speak orally. I'm the owner. Speak orally, and it gives evidence. Why do you nullify that evidence that you ought to have filed a written statement on oath? So before, please hold on. The schedule to the Electoral Act is rules of procedure. It's not a substantive law. Yeah. And when there is a clash or head-on collision between trailer and B2, which will suffer devastating effect, is the B2. So I liken this first schedule to the Electoral Act, which is the rules of procedure, to B2. And I liken the Evidence Act, which is a substantive law governing evidence in our court, as trailer. Why then do you therefore prefer to suffer yourself entering B-through instead of trailer that has more capacity?
To the rules that is that in terms of hierarchy of our laws is
superior.
Is superior.
So they must look at it, because it is the same their lordships that says that no court, no rules of court should be a master of court
on substantive
on issue that yes, you must obey rules of court, but if
it's in conflict
in obedience to the rules of court, injustice is thereby to be occasioned, then you can bypass the rules of law and the rules of court and do substantial justice in the matter. So that's why I said before that where there is substantial justice, like His Excellency Atiku Abubakar put it, then people will applaud it. I think that technical justice is not justice.
All right.